All right, here we go. So I'm recording. Like most people's phones, it's a big mess of applications. Um, but there's a lot of apps that I use to work on generating imagery on my phone. They're in a couple places, and I encourage you to think about them. Whoops, I don't use that. Two of my favorite are Decimate, which is up there we go. That is a glitch that you can do based on video, but I generally don't do that. And this is the fun recursion. Look at that crazy crap, right? That's recursion, where you just like it sees itself over and over and over again. It's like the mirror. Isn't that great? That's amazing, right? That alone is fun. All right, so I'll stop. So I'll pull out an image from here, and let's work with UFO. I love this UFO. So right now, immediately, UFO is distorted based on some effects that were chosen. All right, I'm going to turn them all off for the moment. And these effects are based on a lot of different, whoops. And so that's the original image. You can keep punching random effects, all right? And these are filters that aren't like filters as in typical Photoshop filters that are very intentional. These are filters that generally produce random effects. So even I've hit this random effect, but now if I keep hitting random parameters, it'll keep changing, all right? So this is a combination, and then I can save versions, all right? Save, and I keep saving versions. Save. That's cool, right? And it's kind of endless, so there's a bunch of these, all right? Let's do another random effect. So you're like, what is that? And I could save that. And you can look at what effects it's chosen. It's kind of a good place to start and say, okay, so it's those two. And then you can change the parameters. And you can see each time you punch it, it's running the algorithm. And the algorithm is built around randomness. So you do not know what you're going to generate. So that's how it's very unlike. And that's glitch art in general is built around randomness. And it's an interesting aesthetic to think about playing with. As for textures, for effects, because it's the way that computers, we can make things look so perfect. We're enjoying this moment of what are the artifacts that we're missing now, like VHS artifacts that are gone now. And the perfect image, let's beat it up. So I made these images, and so they're fun. But I can move to this other app that I love called Gif Maker, because I can take it and I can quickly take a sequence of images and turn them into a GIF. All right. Oh, try again. It crashes a lot, I'll admit. That's okay. And we can see what that looks like. And now we have this image. Right? And we could go back and say, maybe we should add the original, right? So that it's clear, and then do it again. All right, and I can save this. All right, so now that GIF is on the phone, but now I need to make it a video so I can do something else. So I'm going to say, okay, GIF to video. I'm going to go to the camera roll, and it's going to take this most recent version. All right. And now, right now, it's just one loop, which is less than a second, and that's typically problematic for these other applications on the phone. So I need to make it, that's good. 6 loops will make about 3 seconds. Uh-oh. There we go. Sorry about that. It's still recording, though. Come on. There we go. So I need to make it about 3 seconds. And then I say, okay, that's good. And I'm going to save the video to my phone. So I went from, I had an image on my phone, whether I pulled it from the web or I shot it with the camera from the phone. I made 6 versions of it. converted those 6 versions into a sequences of images of a GIF, turn that GIF into a video, and now I'm going to go to a 4th application called Glitch, where I can work with a video or phone, and I'll grab that video. It's like, there it is. And now I can do all these other effects. This, I don't know, we're not going to work that one. Let's do, there's all funky stuff. So I could play with this, and it's recording these changes right now. All right? And I can look, and now I have another new image. And I can say done. And I can save it to the phone, and I have another new video. And so these are these endless, and I could turn that video into a GIF and put it on social media or things like that. So this is this space, and sometimes it can be very intentional, like this, right? Or it can be, you know, I want to make something that's much more random, and I could go to something, this tends to make things really crazy looking, right? And it records all those changes. I hit done. So these become all this new method of generating these artifacts that you can consider part of your process, all right? And for me, what I enjoy about it is it helps me just play with new aesthetics, like aesthetics of glitch art or something I've like wanted to play with a while. I haven't taken the time to look, because true glitch artists generally work with applications that actually where you're working with the code and you're tearing apart the actual image based on with a hex editor or Audacity where you tear it apart. But people have said like, yeah, that's an algorithm. Let's just build those algorithms into an application and make a GUI, a user interface, so you can click on and turn on and off these various algorithms, or allow for gestural control of those algorithms, which is also very interesting. All right. So I thought I'd share that. And then there's a million other ones that I enjoy, but those are some of my favorites. I also recommend, if you're really interested in playing with like complex still photo editing, iColorama S is quite amazing. And it's not just like apply a filter. This is, you can do all sorts of things. We'll go to let's get the original UFO logo again. There it is. And you know, there is a combination of effects, you know, things like this, which I love. All right. And then once you have that preset, then you can generate different versions, right? And again, this becomes something that you can make versions of this, multiple photos, and then generate images, right? And then layer them to sequence them into an animation, okay? Because each version I make, I can start over here. I can say save, make another version, save, make another version, save, and then keep going. All right, and then or move to a different preset, right? Maybe not that one. That one's kind of cool. All right, and save, keep saving versions. All right, and again, you suddenly, if I leave this application, I can go back to, whoops, not that one. I can go back to Gif Maker and generate a new image, right? And see what that looks like. All right, cool, right? So since this is ultimately a motion graphics course, and we're talking about building assets, assets can come from unusual places potentially, not just these very deliberate things that you're doing on the computer with Photoshop and After Effects. You can see your computer as a space, I mean your phone as a space to play and experiment and make various assets as well. So I'm going to save this. I'm stopping now.